Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Adavan. Today I have no eyebrows. I drew these fuckers on, and my girlfriend is asleep in the other room. But I thought I'd film a video today because a lot of you have been requesting a tattoo tour. So today is going to be our tattoo tour journey. I'll go through all my tattoos and sort of why I got them, the meaning behind them, and the stories of any of them. And brother, a lot of them have some stories, okay? So, also, I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a new view. So this is still the streaming room, but here's the wall you never get to see. So behind me, that's the closet door. This is pretty visible on stream. But behind me, this is my bookshelf. You can kind of see up there, the first 3 shelves are in rainbow order. I know, hold your applause. So the first 3 shelves are like what I have already read, and that's in rainbow order. And then the bottom 3 shelves, that's my to read list. So those are in order by genre, just so I can if I'm feeling a certain genre one day, I can go over, pick one up, and read it. All those comics on the wall, that's our Gooner wall. So we've got some She-Hulk, Harley Quinn, Magic, Poison Ivy, and Hellcat, and Jubilee. So yeah, that's the Goon wall. Anywho, let's get right into it. So my first tattoo ever was right here on my ankle. This one. Lavender and daisies, and they're sort of tied together with a ribbon. And this one was a stick and poke. This was my first tattoo I ever got. It was in a house, in that person's room. So the top floor of the house, in their room. I was lying down on the ground because we couldn't both fit on their bed. So I'm lying down on the ground, just on the ground, and I have a pillow. No tea, no shade, no shade to this person. It ended up healing totally fine. It was healthy and safe, but they did not wear gloves because they had a latex allergy. In order to make it sterile, they had a spoon that they heated up with a lighter to sterilize it, and they wiped it off with alcohol, and then they put the ink in that spoon. So they were no gloves, spoon that had been lit on fire holding the ink, and they were dipping into the spoon to pick up the ink and then tapping into my ankle. So it was a little bit sketchy, but it was good. It was honestly a really nice experience to have my first tattoo, and it really hurt a lot. I had not gotten a tattoo before, so it hurt a lot, and it was on my ankle, so it hurt a ton as they got closer and closer to my foot. But it ended up being good. It ended up being really, really special. It was my only tattoo for about 6 months. I got it when I was 18, so super special. And then my second tattoo was this eye tattoo on this arm. So this is supposed to be an eye with mascara, and there's a little tear coming out of their eye because they're sad. They're so sad, and the little tear is frowning because the tear is so sad as well because he was just born as a tear. And this one was a flash piece by that same artist that did my ankle piece. So stick and poke in their room. Again, we were both sitting, me and the tattoo artist were both sitting crisscross applesauce facing each other with a pillow in between us. So my arm was on the pillow and they were kind of tapping, doing the tattoo. So it was very intimate. It felt just crisscross applesauce with your friend getting tatted. It was really nice. So that one has a very special place in my heart. Okay, and then after that, I got my first machine tattoo, which is this one right here. So she's kind of a clown lady. She's got frizzy hair. She's got the stockings. She's got the yellow panties. I love her. She's so silly. And I felt so baby. It was my first machine tattoo ever. But it was cool. It was very special. My first time in a tattoo shop as well for tattoo number 3. Okay, so after tattoo 3, it gets a little bit blurry because COVID hit, and then once I got vaccinated, I just started getting tattoos all the time. I was working at a daycare at the time, and basically all my extra income, all my expendable income went to getting tattoos. So I tried to get a tattoo every other month if I could, and I really did for a couple years. My first tattoo that I got right after I had gotten my COVID vaccine was this one. So on my arm, this eye. And I had just moved to the city that month gotten my vaccine, gotten settled in my apartment, and I like DM'd with this person on Instagram. They told me they were local, and I took a bus up in this like neighborhood I did not know at all. I had like never been there. I took the bus up, I went to their house, and I got a tattoo there. And this was like, you know, I had gotten the stick and pokes from my friend in college, but I had been in their house a bunch of times before. This was like someone I knew. So this one was my first tattoo in someone's house that I did not know, that I found on Instagram. And I don't know why, but this one was so painful. I don't know if they were like going a little bit too deep. There's like no blowout or anything, but it was so painful. Every other stab, I could feel it like shooting pain up my arm, and it was like electric. It felt like they were hitting a nerve every single time. It was so painful. It was also like summertime, and they had a fan on, but I was like sweating buckets, so I'm like sweating through the like paper on the table. This is my only tattoo I have on my left arm, is that one. And eventually I want to do an eye sleeve on this side. So I want like a big eye on the back of my hand and eyes all over this arm going up, and like some straight lines in between. I got 2 other floral stick and pokes right above that original floral stick and poke I had gotten on my ankle. So I got this one and this one, both kind of different styles. One of them is super detailed, and one of them is a little bit more abstract. So I love these a lot. Now I think I might get them filled in the future, but I'm leaving them like empty for now. We'll see. Around this time I got this guy. So he's like on the inside of my right ankle right here. For this one, I remember looking through like 20 pages of flash tattoos on their like highlights reel, taking screenshots, cropping it, holding it up to my leg, like really deciding. And I landed on this one. He's sort of like a Street Fighter style goblin. I love him a lot. There's a lot of blowout for this guy. I really think that the artist went a little bit too deep for my skin type. Like his face is kind of muddy, his arm is like kind of muddy, his leg has a bunch of like blowout. I don't know. I had big hopes for this guy, and he didn't turn out so good. I don't know, he just didn't heal very well, and there was a lot of blowout as well. So, womp womp, but he's cute. Oh, this is one of my favorites. I feel like this one is so cute, and this artist sadly moved away, so I can't get any more pieces from them. But this is my horse and carriage. It's on the back of my right ankle. It's so cutie, it's so tiny and so detailed, and it healed amazingly. It looks, honestly, I think it looks so good. The more it ages, the more it heals, and none of the detail has been lost at all. I love this one. This one's so cute. And also, this was one where I did go to the person's house. So we DM'd a little bit on Instagram about the design, and then they sent me their address, and I went to their house, and it was nice. I met them and their boyfriend, and we were chilling for a while. They were smoking for a bit of it. My special little guy. Okay, I'm trying to go in chronological order, but I truly don't remember when I got so many of these. So let's just keep going up the leg. So on the front of my shin, on my right leg, I have this piece. And this one is crazy. This one is crazy. It doesn't look like a stick and poke at all. This one was in a studio, and it's so clean. The line work is so nice. It's so filled in. I was sitting up on the massage table with my leg kind of hanging off, and they were sort of like, they were on a bench that was like very close to the ground, kind of stick and poking my leg, and it was so comfortable. I was chatting with them the whole time. A lot of the times when I get tattoos, I'm in a lot of pain. I have a pretty low pain tolerance, so I'll be lying there on the table, usually with my eyes closed, just breathing, getting through it. I'll bring a fidget toy to hold and to like grab, because I'm like that the whole time. But for this one, I was chatting with the tattoo artist. We were yapping it up. It was so nice. Yeah, not painful at all. I think right after that is when I got the butterflies. I have a butterfly on the front of each of my shins. I have a sort of swallowtail inspired butterfly in black and white on this side. And on this side, I have a full color monarch butterfly in orange. And these, I love these. I love these so much. What can I say that's positive about the butterflies before I get into the negatives? They healed gorgeously. They like barely scabbed at all. They were really nice. I love how they look now. These are probably the two I get the most compliments on, are the two butterflies. And I feel like they're very like playful. They're very sexy to have them like both on my knees. And I love the like symmetric vibes where they're both butterflies in the exact same spot, but one is color and one is black and gray. I love that. However, these tattoos and this tattoo artist was some of like the worst bedside manner I have had ever. This tattoo artist was at like a really nice shop in town, very highly regarded, like tens of thousands of Instagram followers. So I thought that they were gonna be like super professional, chill, good, like clear. This is the only artist I ever did like a consult for. So we did a FaceTime call basically, where before that I sent them over a bunch of like reference images, basically what I wanted. So I thought after that conversation, it really seemed like they understood what I wanted. I told them like, I want this and this, like the swallowtail inspired one you can go crazy with. This one I want to be a monarch, just like literally sent pictures of monarch butterflies. I was like, this is it. And they were like, great, okay. I show up to the tattoo shop day of my appointment. I get there, and despite the pre-appointment that we had over a month before this, I show up and they like don't have anything printed out. They don't have anything ready to go. And I'm like, okay, no worries. And they leave the room for a bit and they come back with 2 outlines of butterflies that are clearly just printed out from like a butterfly coloring book. It's like the most basic design ever. And that's it. And they bring it out and I'm like, oh, okay, for sure. I thought that you were gonna have like a design drawn up for me to look at and like approve and change anything. No, you just printed out some butterfly coloring book outlines. And I was like, yeah, that's a butterfly and that's about the size I want, sure. But like I want color and black and gray, like I want all these details about it. This one I want to be a swallowtail, so it's gonna be shaped a little bit differently, but same size and everything. And they were like, oh, okay, I guess. Like, bitch, we had talked about this. We had had a meeting about this. The email showing like all my inspo pictures. I don't know. A lot of it got lost between the 2 meetings. That was pretty upsetting. And they were being really weird about it too, even though I didn't do anything wrong. They were supposed to be prepared. They like were getting really upset about having to redo the stencil so many times just to make sure it was like straight up and down. And they were like pissed off by the time we started the tattoo. But it took me like 6 months to get the appointment. So I sit back and it's excruciating. This was one of the more painful tattoos I have had. It was super fast. Luckily, it was like an hour and a half per butterfly. It was super fast, but I was sitting in the chair the whole time, literally looking at the seconds on the clock. It was so painful. And they like didn't speak to me at all. They would stop and take a break and not say anything to me and like leave, come back. I was like, oh, okay, go off, sis. So this was like, in terms of bedside manner, the worst tattoo I have gotten. Yeah, I will never ever go back to them. But I love these. These are both, they turned out really well. The art itself is great. But that was crazy. That was like low-key crazy. And then, so kind of after that, I got this tattoo. So this is a dagger on the front of my leg. I love this piece. They had done a bunch of like sword with a like girl reflection in them. I thought it was so punk. This one was so painful. Luckily, the artist was really nice about everything. They were like very chill about like taking a lot of breaks. I had to tap out a couple times and they were like, no worries, like eat a snack, drink some water, we'll get back into it. So that was nice. Parts of this were so bad. The bottom, especially like the tip of the knife, was so painful. I remember they did the line work like pretty quickly to like outline it. And even that, I was like on the verge of tears. I was like gripping the table, like holding my breath, like kind of doing a little when they did that. And then they had to go back in and shade it, fill it in with black. They started it and I kind of flinched and they were like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm so sorry. That's just like a really painful spot for me. And they were like, okay, no worries. I'm gonna hold down, like, just so that if you flinch a little, like, you're still like held still. We don't like mess up at all. And I'm like, okay. So I'm holding like as still as I can. They start again. I'm flinching a lot and I'm like apologizing profusely. I never move during tattoo appointments. And they're like, no worries, like I know you're not trying to move at all. And we got to a point with it where I was flinching so much and shaking. They were like, okay, I'm gonna be real with you. It's gonna hurt really bad. If you're comfortable with it, I'm gonna hold down your leg with like my whole arm so you don't move. And I'm just gonna, we're not gonna stop. We're just gonna bust. We're gonna bust. We're not gonna stop. We're just gonna like go through it as like quickly as we can, like getting all that shading in. Like, are you down? Like, is that something you're comfortable with? And I was like, yeah, okay, let's do it. Get it out of the way, rip the Band-Aid off. So I'm lying there. They pin my leg down with their whole body, like it's tight to the table, and they go, and I'm like, it hurts so bad. I didn't scream or anything, and obviously, but I was grunting. I was doing a little, oh God. So painful. This tattoo at this point is like 4 years old, and it looks stunning, except for that outline. That outline, I think, just because I was in so much pain, just because I moved a couple times, I think that outline got a little fucked up, and they might have gone a little deep, and it spread out a little bit. So no big deal, but this one hurted a lot. Technically, if you like are looking at this one and you have it oriented right, like I've seen pictures of it, or like I've seen it in the mirror, it looks a little bit like smushed, like the anatomy is not quite correct, but nobody notices that unless they're looking super closely at it. Oh, after this one, I actually had a friend who did some tattoos. So when I met my friend group, one of my friends got a tattoo gun from Amazon and like a stencil printer and everything. And she was like, I want to get like really into tattoos. Like I want this to be my thing. And we were all in the friend group like, okay, like I'll be your guinea pig. You give me a free tattoo. Like, yes. And so she did a couple, and honestly, I think they all look great. She did this little like planet and stars that I think looks so cutie, so amazing. And she also did this little teddy bear. Everyone in my friend group has this little teddy bear tattoo. We all got matching tattoos from my friend, and she had one too. She did it on herself as well. There's 6 of us girls who all have this tattoo, so it's very special. My matching tattoo with my friends. This one means a lot to me. And then right next to that one is my sister's ex used to do stick and pokes, and I got one from him. Just some hearts, just something really simple. And then after that, I went to this really cool studio near me. This was the only time I've ever gotten 2 tattoos in one session. We started with this one. So it's supposed to be kind of like a picnic basket or like shopping basket. And inside there's some like fruits and veggies. This one I really, really love. I love all of the colors of it are so pretty, so pretty. And the yellow has honestly like held up way better than I thought it would. I thought the yellow was gonna like fade immediately, but it's still like very yellow, very orange. I love it a lot. It's so cutesy. It looks like it's like right out of a like children's picture book. Also, they didn't say what the veggies were or anything. They were kind of like, I don't know, lettuce and apples. But over time, I have decided that this is bok choy specifically and pomegranates. So that's what's in the basket. I also got this little hand tree from them. So this is on my ankle. It's right above the little goblin guy. I never really bonded with this one. I picked it out kind of randomly. I don't think I was really attached to the design at all. I just thought it would look good. So this one I really like, but it just like, I don't really have a big connection to it. It's just a tree if it was made of hands. Pretty cool. My left leg specifically is where I am gonna get all of my color pieces. So every single like full color piece will be on my left leg. So I've got a color leg, a black and gray leg, a floral sleeve, and an eye sleeve. That's what I have going on. And that's the plan going forward with all my tattoos. The next one that I got was this one. You may have heard me refer to this one as Wagyu beef Kate Bush. So I got this done. This was another flash piece, but as soon as this person posted this flash piece on Instagram, I was like, I need this. This piece is based off of Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush. It's based off of the music video. And during COVID, I was in like such a bad place. And I was like working a lot. I was like walking a ton, and I had like very, very little money. I was scared to go outside. I was scared to talk to anybody outside of my household. I was masking constantly. And so during COVID, I did have to move back home to Denver. And so I lived with my mom for about 6 months of COVID. So I got a temp job at H&R Block, and I was trying to save up as much as I possibly could so that I could get back to Washington and get a place. And like, I was trying to set up like at least like a month or two of just like sitting income so that I could apply, interview all over the place and get a job back in Washington. It was like genuinely the worst time in my life because I was like starving. I was so hungry. It was horrible. I was so just like struggling, and I didn't have a car, right? I didn't have a car at all. And plus the bus cost $2.75 each way. And I was really trying to nickel and dime it and not pay for that. So I would walk to work, and it was a 2.5 mile walk to work and a 2.5 mile walk home. And it was just horrible. I was like hungry all the time, tired all the time, walking, working all the time. Like during that time, I like couldn't listen to any music. I was having a really hard time, not like I had headphones and a phone, but I was having a hard time listening to music because anything that reminded me of like how good life used to be before COVID would make me like start crying. So I couldn't listen to any like party songs. I couldn't listen to like Ariana, Charlie, Lady Gaga, nothing. And every like sad song was like, oh yeah, I'm so sad right now. So I had a really hard time listening to any music at all. But I had that 2.5 mile walk in the morning and at night, so I had to find something to listen to. Hello? Sorry, Hairclip. What? Hairclip has exited the chat. I made a playlist on my phone called Songs I Can Listen to Without Crying. And for whatever reason, I'm taking this one out too. And one of those songs that I had on that playlist, one of the only like 10 songs I could bring myself to listen to during like the worst, like mentally exhausting time of my life, was Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush. That song was like my COVID anthem. That song truly saved my life. I would listen to that song like 10 times a day. It made me feel like I was flying for a second. So I got this tattoo, and it was a great process. They were very professional. It was amazing. I got home though. I cleaned it with the same soap I've used for all of my other tattoos. I put a light amount of Hustle Butter tattoo lotion on it, hashtag not sponsored. Just like the same way I would care for any other tattoo. I'd had so many tattoos at this point, so I knew what I was doing. It looked so scaly. Almost all the red ink had fallen off with all the scabs. So I sent a picture of it healed to the tattoo artist, and I was like, hey, like, I don't really know what happened. I took really good care of this, but like for some reason, like the red really rejected from my body. Like, would you be willing to do a touch up on this? And they were like, oh, for sure. No worries. Come in. I'll redo all the red for you. Like that looks really bad. Let me fix it for you. I went in a second time to the tattoo studio. They did all the red again. I went home. Same thing, keeping it clean, keeping it moisturized. And the same effing thing happened. It got all scaly, it got all dry, it like was so itchy and like uncomfortable. I was not itching it, by the way. I was not itching it. I was barely touching it, only to put the lotion on and clean it like twice a day. Whatever is in red ink that's different from other inks, a lot of people have a hard time with it. And I think I'm one of those people, because even after this had healed the second time, it looked scaly. The ink would just like not stay in my skin, dude. This is her now. And that's my Wagyu beef, Kate Bush. She sort of looks like she has some meat marbling on her. But yes, this is so funny because it's arguably one of the only tattoos I have that really has a ton of personal meaning to me. And it looks like that. And it's beef. Wait, is it Wagyu? Oh my God, have I been saying Wagyu? Oh my God, I think it's Wagyu. So this one is like one of my most beautiful tattoos. This one is definitely one of my faves. This is my Chrome Sunset Pegasus. So this one is supposed to look like it's a Pegasus made out of chrome metal, and like there's also like a reflection of a sunset in the background. This one is so hype. It's so detailed. The person was really, really nice, the tattoo artist. This one hurt like a bitch though, dude. So this one is right on the outside of my left knee. Every part of this excruciating. And it took like 4 hours, of course, which, you know, the level of detailing, of course it took that much. This is an incredibly detailed tattoo, very delicate, very, very beautiful, but it hurt so bad the whole time. And I had to be kind of in a weird position for it too, which didn't really help. I was lying on my right side for this tattoo so that they could kind of reach the left side of my knee. So I was trying to hold still, but I was like on the verge of tears. Like this one hurt so bad, so painful. I had brought like a fidget toy and I was like squeezing the fuck out of it. But I did not fucking move. I did not move that leg. But I must have looked like I was not doing well because like 5 or 6 times the tattoo artist was like, hey, are you doing okay? Like we can take a break. And I was like, no, just get through it. It's okay. I'm good. And she has just healed amazingly. Just looks so good still. So clean. Okay, there's just a couple more. Oh, I've done 2 on myself as well. So I purchased some stick and poke materials a little while back. And so I had needles, you know, I had, you know, ink, everything. I had like the green soap. I had like sterilizing stuff. So I had done this little ant on my knee. I did this one myself. This one was really, really fun. Honestly, this one took me like 2 hours, even though it's so tiny. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And this one, so often I'll be sitting outside somewhere like crisscross applesauce and I'll look down and I'll think it's a real fucking ant, dude, because it's exactly the size of an ant. I also did another one. How do I say this? So after I did the ant, me and my ex were hanging out and we got a little, you know, we decided to do tattoos on each other. So cutie. How could this go wrong? You know what I mean? Such a good idea. Guess what? We broke up 1 month later, but I tattooed over it. I did a fully filled in heart with some like dots around it. So I did this sort of as my first ever cover-up tattoo, and I did it myself. So I did the ant, and I did this little fully filled in heart over that one. I would not recommend getting a matching tattoo with a partner, letting your partner tattoo you, nothing like that. Worst idea ever, okay? Because you might break up 1 month later. There's just a few to go. Dude, I have like low-key like a lot of tattoos. Damn, I'm like low-key tatted up. So this one actually is on, oh my God. This one is on the outside of my right leg, from basically the knee all the way up to kind of my mid thigh on my right side. And this one started as just the bottom vine part of it where there's like no flowers. So it started as that was a flash piece. And I had gotten the Pegasus, right, in the exact same spot on my other leg. So I went into this one thinking like, this is gonna hurt so fucking bad. So I found this person on Instagram. I went to their house. They started and then they stopped for a second and they were like, how does that feel? And I was like, oh, that's fine. Like, go ahead and like really start. And they were like, oh, okay. And so then they keep going. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, wait, what? And I'm sitting there with my fidget toy unsquished. Fidget toy unfidgeted. And my mouth agape because they keep stopping, they keep checking in with me going like, hey, how's the pain? How's it feeling? And I'm like, you know, hurts, definitely hurts, feels like a tattoo, but I'm fine. I could hold a full conversation with you right now. They had a TV show going on their laptop. We were watching Law and Order SVU. And it was so distracting from any pain I was feeling. It was like the best tattoo experience ever. Was a very, very pain conscious tattoo artist and was queer and watching TV. I don't know. It was just an amazing experience. So I did end up going back to that person and getting, I I was like, I just want you to add on to what you did last time. It was so pretty. So I got a custom piece to add on to the vine, and it's this big flower right here. This spot in particular had been just a source of like anxiety for me because right underneath where this flower is, I have a ton of scar tissue. This was the first like tattoo artist I had ever met that was like, okay, like your pain matters more than anything else. Like we can stop at any time. Like it's my art, but at the end of the day, it's your body. And that was the first time I had heard that from someone. Whatever was going on with the scar tissue underneath meant that it was completely numb when they went over the scars. So I could feel it a little bit on like some of my skin, but for the most part, I did not even feel this tattoo at all. It was so painless. Oh, I also have this tattoo from them. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's on the back of that same leg. So sadly, I can't see this one. This is like the only one I have on the back of my leg, so I can't see this one. But this was also another flash tattoo from that person who did the big flower and the vine. I think this one is so cunty. I wish I got to see it a little bit more, but this one is so slay. It's a girl with like 2 guns, and she has like a bang. She's looking fierce. I love her. Okay, we're now down to 2. So let's talk about my big arm piece here. So often now that I'm like streaming online, people look at this one and they go, oh my gosh, is that an Ellie from The Last of Us tattoo? That's so pretty. Looks just like hers. And no, this one is not. It's not Ellie from The Last of Us, but this is just a custom floral piece that I got. I couldn't tell you what flowers they are either. Sorry, I know the artist told me when he was doing it, but I don't remember. Literally, if I didn't know me, I would also think it's an Ellie tattoo. Low-key, maybe Ellie copied me. You know what I mean? The only bad thing I have to say about it is this tattoo was over 10 hours. It's the only tattoo I've ever gotten where the tattoo artist took a break every single hour. So for like 15 minutes of every one of those 10 hours was downtime. So I low-key think I might have gotten a little overcharged for this one for 10 hours of tattoo work, but it's beautiful. It's definitely stood the test of time, and it's from an amazing artist. Like the art is just insane. I did get the first session of this one was on New Year's Eve at like 5 p.m. So I got off work on New Year's Eve and I went to the tattoo store and we were tattooing until like 10 p.m. And then at that point he was like, okay, girl, like go have a good New Year's. Okay, we'll finish this another day. I literally went from work to the tattoo shop and then to like downtown for New Year's Eve. It was crazy. Okay, and then here is my most recent tattoo, and this one is still a work in progress. I need to go like get it finished one of these days. Once I have the money and I find an artist, I need to go get it finished because this is what it looks like right now. It is on my color leg, so the plan is for it to be colored in soon. But I love this design and I'm willing to wait as long as it takes to get this one filled in the way that I want it. That's all my tattoos. I just thought I would go through all of them because a lot of people have been asking for like a tattoo tour. So I thought I would do one today because I have a little bit of time. Yeah, let me know what tattoos you have, especially if we have any in common, and I will see you guys on the Twitch stream. Don't forget to smash that like button, obliterate that subscribe key, and don't forget to come watch me on Twitch. I stream Monday through Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific and Fridays at 2 p.m. Pacific. Come join. It's the same username, Ada Van Halen, on all social media, including Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. But yeah, thank you for watching my video. I hope you liked. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Bye!